Guys, give me one more song so that I can finish writing the post for Twitter and Discord. Or Twitter and Blue Sky. Thank you! I'm too high up here. Hello? Hi! Hi, chat! And I get that. Your models are ready? Thank you! Thank you, thank you. Sorry, by the way. Hold on. Sorry that it took me a hot second for me to get over here. I was trying to figure some stuff out. My eyes say nah. Dude, I miss the song. Every time I see it, I lose my mind a little. You're so sweet. You're so sweet, darling. I haven't used the veil in a hot minute. So I wanted to use the veil because we're getting closer to the end of days, the end of time. But yeah, we're having a fun time. I hope you guys are having a fun time. Also, guys, I have tried something that is mind-blowing, dude. I'm not even joking. So there was this place. I was like, I was hungry, right? And I wanted something for I wanted some sushi. So I was looking for sushi, and I was like, I really don't want to get sushi delivery. I like that shit sounds like it's awful, but I wanted to see about getting something that was more filling. So I was looking for noodles. So I found this noodle place. I was like, okay, let's go try this. But then I was like, what is this? So they had an Impossible Katsu curry bowl And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. It's actually a little bit cheaper than the noodles, and I kind of was like not really interested in the noodles. I was like, you know, veggie noodles is all good, whatever. Right? I got it. Dude, it like my mind has been blown. My life has been changed. I am in happiness. I'm in heaven. I am so happy. I am so happy. I still have a lot of it too. It's a big bowl. I got a large bowl because I was like, you know what? I want a lot. Did you say impossible katsu? I said impossible katsu. It's like an impossible patty instead of like chicken. So it's instead of it being, you know, like what's it called? Well, katsu, right? It's literally an impossible patty, like made in the way that they would normally do katsu. And I was like, oh my god, it's so yummy! I love it. I don't remember the song anymore. Hi, Wandering. Look at our comfy cozy elf VTuber. I know, right? Or comfy cozy tuber. Dude. Oh, the way I want to talk to you guys about some stuff. Oh my god. Hold on. If you're gonna out my DMs, at least do it publicly. Oh no, I'm not outing your DMs. I'm outing you, your conversation this morning, brother. What the fuck? Okay. Stop listening to songs I can't fucking sing anymore. The locker room talk out of I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyways, hi, chat. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome. It is Monday. Now that I can think, it is 1 2 2 2 2 5. By the way, 1 2 2 2 5. It is 12/22. What is it? It's the 22nd day of December. 22nd day of December. That's crazy. Anyways, so we're having a good old time. I hope you guys are doing well too. What happened 3 days ago? The birthday party? No, that was yesterday. What happened 3 days ago? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. That was Friday. Who did I raid into 3 days ago? Sorry, I'm seeing the people who followed 3 days ago, and I'm like, wait, what did I do 3 days ago? Oh, realistically, it was probably from the raid when I raided out. But anyways, hi, my lovelies. Men with a 20 stream streak, by the way. Gwungus. I hope you guys are doing good. Welcome. Where was Oka on 2012, 2025? Where was I? What, on Saturday? I'm not at liberty to say what I was doing on Saturday. I don't think I've seen you with a veil in a hot minute. It has been a hot minute since I used the veil. I was messing with some stuff on VTube Studio and I left the veil on and I was like, you know what? We have the veil on. We keep the veil on. I think we keep the veil on for a while. Things happened 3 days ago. I know things happened 3 days ago. Singing last Friday night. I meant 19 to 12 2020. I forgot times. Oh, you mean Friday? I streamed Final Fantasy. That's pretty much what happened. You know, but we had a chill time. Where's my? You know what? I need some kind of music. I need some kind of audio. What is with my? What, dude? Hold on. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind with my phone. Why is it that I look at my left side, my monitor, and it's fucking up my my capture? You know what? I actually wanted to listen to the song. This is the song that I put for the schedule this week, and I love this song. This song is great. So oh my god, I fucking hate this capture. Anyways, hi. We're chilling today. Today is a yapping stream, and we might play some games. Let me talk. We might play some games, but we're mostly just having a yap full stream. There's not gonna be any like big thing, no story, no this, no that. So we're gonna have a conversation. Speaking of which, we could play Animal Crossing now that I think about it, but I have not touched Animal Crossing. I have not touched Animal Crossing since I started playing it. Oopsies. I should have started it. Oopsies. Maybe. We'll see. I love Animal Crossing, dude. My island is so fucked. It's so fucked, dude. I have not finished anything. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do! Since Prime 4 dropped, I have not launched it. That's so real. That's so real. Oh no, a bunch of people followed while you were doing Shadowbringer side content. Well, no, I know that. Not the people, not the ones that I read, though. I can't wait for the VOD to hear my karaokeing. Oh my god, guys, I really want to show you a goddamn clip from that train murder mystery event on Wednesday last week. I really want to. I have not gotten the clip ready yet, though. So I gotta get the clip ready at some point. But, we'll see. Also, by the way, if you guys did not see this came up yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, it was yesterday, not this morning. Me looks... Where's my Tweetor? Tweetor. If you guys didn't see this, sorry, I'm enjoying this song a lot. I love this song. Thank you for that bat. Anyways, what I was going to show you is look at this cute art piece. Look at this art piece. I love it. I love art of me, dude. I love getting art with friends. It's so cute. It's so cute. For the holidays, we got the cute little art piece, and the person on the left is Ken, the one who was popping in here, who is streaming right now. And if he's listening to me, he should continue streaming instead of listening to me yap. Anyways, but look at me, and this is so cute. It's so adorable, dude. The fact that this came out so quickly too, by the way, because we got this a little late, is wild. So this is so cute. Look at us. We're adorable. So the concept is hold on, I'm gonna pause the music for 2 seconds. The concept is that like I walked into like a house or like a holiday party kind of thing. I'm in the outfit for the 2.7 design, but it's still me. So, you know, that's my hair and everything. That's my ears and everything, right? But essentially, I'm popping in and, you know, like I got invited. I'm kind of new. I'm shy and everything. And then Ken pops in because he's also kind of stumbling, new and shy and stuff. And then, you know, mistletoe. And we're being like all cool and collected, like, oh, you know, there's a mistletoe. But we're both bottoms. We're both flustered as fuck, which in all honesty, that is so real. And that's so cute, dude. I love the little chibi on the right. It's so me. That is me in a nutshell. I would be like, wah! With my hands on my cheek. That is very, very me. It's so cute. I love this art piece. Dude, I need to get more art with friends. I really need to get more art with friends. And I know that there's going to be a lot more art when I can. When I can get it, grabby hands. I want as much art as I possibly can. I like art with my OC. I think it's adorable. But yes. Anyways, Bunny! The love of my life! I love you, girly pop! Thank you for the Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I don't celebrate anything. I celebrate my wedding anniversary with you, Bunny. Thank you so much for the 9 months! We have a 9-month baby! Wow! Listen, I will carry them to term, and they will be wonderful and beautiful, just like you, Bunny. Mwah. Okay, I'm being a little ridiculous right now, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Dude, you know what it is? It's this curry. This curry is so good. And my brain has turned off. I have become a fucking ADHD addict right now for some reason. I'm losing my sanity. So I'm gonna drink water. Hold on. Okay. By the way, chat, yesterday I played VR chat for the first time in a like bazillion years, which is interesting. So I played VR chat for the first time in a hot minute, and it was nice. It was very nice to be able to play VR chat. And dude, it's so funny for me to attempt to use also Giganta wiggle. Everybody do the wiggle, okay? Okay, get the Oka wiggles up. Thank you, Freeman, for the gigantifying Oka wiggle. We're Oka wiggled now. Everybody's in Oka wiggle now. The curry that turns you gay. You act as if I wasn't gay for all of my wifeys in the first place. I'm always gay for my wifeys in the first place. I'll always be gay for my wifeys in the first place. You know what's funny? Actually, I was talking about this yesterday. So Frosty, one of my mods, love them to death. They're absolutely wonderful. Mwah, love them, love them, love them. They had their party yesterday. They had their birthday actually a few days ago, but their birthday was a few days ago, but their party was yesterday. So I was in VR chat with a couple of people. Right, a lot of very interesting people. I was not anticipating so many, right? But I was in there, right, and we ended up doing this very big long never have I ever done X thing, and then you would walk up depending on if you've done it or not. And I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so cute, right? And I started playing at some point. I just started randomly playing in the middle of it. I was like, okay, I play in the middle of it. So one of them. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. So the one that I was talking about for the girly pops, they're like, never have I ever been an alibi for your friend, loved one, etc. So like, if for example your friend was like, hey, you know, like I'm over at XYZ's house, your XYZ, and you literally get the call and they're like, hey, do you know where this person is? And like you're like, oh yeah, of course. Like you're like, oh yeah, of course, they're with me. They're right now in the bathroom, but like, you know, they're just chilling. Like you're the alibi, right? And I step forward and it's like, well, technically I have been. It's like if any of my girly pops, especially like for example on Valorant, right? It's like if any of my girly pops are dealing with some form of like issue where a dude won't leave them the fuck alone, I'm literally gonna pop in and I'm going to wrap my arms around them and be like, hey honey, oh, is this guy being a problem? And I'll be like, yo, listen, I'm her wife, get the fuck away from her. You know what I mean? So like I'll be the alibi to be like, yo, hi, I'm going to kill you. Get the fuck away from her. Step out, step away, bye, goodbye, right? So I was it's so funny because I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've done that on Valorant a lot, actually, funny enough, but I do be gay for my wifeys. That will always be the case. Anyways, 1, 2, 3. Superpower girl. I need to rewatch this manga or this K-drama. It's so good. It's so good. If I can recommend any really good, romantic comedy with a bit of seriousness, a bit of serious action, Strong Woman Do Bong Suk is so chef's kiss. It's so nice. The romance is really good. It's a technically it's a love triangle between her and her best friend and the CEO, and like it's so nice. The comedy is so killer because she's just a small itty bitty girly pop. She's like me. She's like 5'3", and literally she can what's it called? She has the strength of the freaking sun. She will literally like destroy anyone with her strength, and it's so funny. Dude, that shit is so funny. I wish I can show a clip. If it wasn't for the fact that YouTube will literally block the hell out of the video, I want to show it. I want to show the clip so badly. Also, hi Mika. I hope you're doing good. Welcome. I'm like my bouts of energy is going up and down. I literally had no energy. I taste the curry. My brain went, yeah, I have energy now. Goodbye. You just explode. And now I'm here where it's like I'm kind of in boutfuls of energy right now. So hold on. What was I going to do? I was going to put Animal Crossing. Wait, sorry. Animal and I can't type. I'm suffering. I'm actually suffering. Let's see. Where's the holiday one? There we go. We'll have some cozy holiday Animal Crossing music. I think that's fine. Should I have snow come down? Probably not. I think it'll mess up the actual like the shoost here. but not this. Actually, wait. I can probably put it on shoes. Hold on. Can I have snow just here? Weather. There we go! Guys, we have snow! I think that's cute. We have snow for this. I turned off the snow for a second. Look at how cute this is. We have snow inside the guild. But anyways, I don't know what to do. Today was kind of a day where I just didn't know what I wanted to go for, and I still don't know to this point what I want to go for. So I'm kind of just here. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just shrug right now. So I think what we'll do is we will talk about what's gonna happen in the week, because this week is a holiday week. So I'm not expecting a lot of us to be here, in all honesty. I really am not. I feel like a lot of people are just gonna be busy with their own stuff. So let's talk about what's gonna happen this week, okay? So today we're just yapping. We might do some gaming. We might do some writing. We might do some spreadsheet work. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If anyone wants to see the chaos or my love and affection for spreadsheets, that will be entirely dependent on you guys. But we have just yapping, right? We are going to be doing, finally, working on MSQ tomorrow for post Shadowbringer. We're finally working on 5.1. So we're going to be finally doing that, and we're also going to be doing this side quest that Dusk told me I should do. So that's what we're going to run through. Then Wednesday is going to be our day off, because we always have Wednesdays off. Thursday, we're going to do more just yapping. So hey, if you celebrate or if you don't celebrate, you can come by and say hi. Make sure, by the way, actually, this is a good note. If you guys do want to keep your stream streaks and you do celebrate Christmas, then just make sure you pop in at some point during the stream. It might be, you know, like a small thing. It might be a big thing, but I would definitely recommend you do it. That would be a good idea for you to do it. So pop in, make sure you just say hi, like just peek yourself in, so then it will count you that you showed up for the stream to keep your streaks, right? That would make the most sense. Then Friday, we're going to be doing the raids. We're going to finally do our alliance raid on Friday, and that's going to be fun. So we're going to be raiding and chilling. Do you guys want to join for raid and chill? We'll see. But I don't think we're going to have a lot of people for the raid, so I'm just gonna hope that it's gonna work out. I'm just gonna hope it's gonna work out. And then Saturday we're gonna have a day off, because Sunday is going to be Crystal's debut. So Crystal's debut is gonna be next week, or like, you know, on this upcoming Sunday. So I want to try and be there for them. But for obvious reasons, also, it's gonna, like, everyone's gonna be on holiday. Everybody's gonna do their own thing. You guys could show up for Saturday, but I don't know if I'm gonna show up for Saturday. Why do I want to play Valorant? Dude, my life is just, I'm just bouncing off of walls right now. Like, holy fuck. Also, hi, Engar. I hope you're doing good, darling. How was your dinner? I hope everything was nom. I hope everything was nommingful. Also, guys, take a wild bet right now. Do you think the person who is messaging me is a scam artist? I'm going to tell you about a scam artist in a second, by the way. I was dealing with a scam artist earlier this week, and it really pissed me the fuck off. Like, actually. Oh, I'm getting a message from my friend. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Freeman, I fucking hate you. What is this? Ew. Ew, 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 ew. I'm a bit of a scam artist. Yeah. Hedge is a bit of a scam artist. He's conned me out of a lot of things. My time for one thing. My sanity for another. Good, it was grilled cheese and soup. Ooh. Ooh, grilled cheese and soup is yummy. You want me to share with you my katsu curry? Not katsu curry. My impossible katsu curry. It is yummy. But also, I'm so being for real with you, chat. I'm trying my goddamn best to not fall into a food coma right now. I'm so for real. I'm trying not to fall into a food coma. I'm trying so hard not to fall into a food coma. I want to so bad. I love katsu curry. It's impossible katsu curry, though. It's not real katsu curry. It's impossible katsu curry. That's fine. Yay! Dude, it's so nice. It's so nice. Anyways. I got a teaser. There we go. I'm happy. But anyways. So, like, let me talk to you guys about a scam artist that I dealt with this week, which, by the way, this is a warning for you guys because the Discord scam artists are getting a little bit more trickier and it's actually becoming a problem because what they're doing is they're using VGen for scams too. So here's how this played out, chat. So I got a friend request from somebody that I was like, I recognized the name, but it wasn't clicking in my head. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I declined it. They immediately send me a friend request right after. I'm like, okay, this is odd. Why are they urgently trying to send me a friend request, right? That feels odd. That feels weird. What's going on, right? And so I asked them, I accepted their friend request. I'm like, who is this? They're like, hey, don't you recognize me? I'm the artist who did one of your art pieces recently. I'm like, oh yes, I remember. They're the one who specifically did the giant Torterra art piece. Right? So I was like, okay, hi, what do you need? They're like, hey, I'm so sorry. I've been kind of like locked out of my VGen, so there's been a little bit of an issue. And I'm just trying to get my portfolio stuff back. Is there any way you can send me the art piece that I worked on? I was like, oh yeah, sure. It's like, whatever have you, right? And then they're like, yeah, and also by the way, I'm having a discount for the the holiday season for new and returning folks. Please, like, if you want to get like an icon or anything, let me know. I'm like, why would I get an icon from them or something? And I'm like, okay, what's the price? And they're like, oh, I work on your budget. The moment they said I work on your budget, I was like, huh, right? So I was like, okay, interesting. I'm like, okay, well, I will consider it once you get your VGen back. They're like, oh, no. Like, it's gonna be a little hard for me to get my VGen back, but that's fine. Also, make sure that you, what's it called? They're like, oh, also, if you know anyone else who might want, like, some work done, please let me know. Please feel free to let me know about that. I was like, none of my friends are going to want to message or request art if your VGen is broken. And then they're like, oh, well, you can tell them you can vouch for me and say that you trust me, right? Instantaneous no. No. There's no. I'm not going to literally tell my friends, hey, there's this person on Discord who has no identification that they are actually who they say they are, in any way, shape, or form. That, there's this artist that I really enjoy. I'm not gonna be like, yo, take it, No fucking shot am I gonna be like, yeah, you should go commission them work, especially when I can't verify in any capacity that they are the person that they say they are. No, what? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I stopped talking to them. They tried to message me back like 3 times afterwards. They tried to message me back 3 times to be like, hey, I hope you are having a good early Christmas. Hey, did you think about what I asked? And I'm like, what the fuck? That's wild. They went and found the work that I reviewed this artist on. So they found that I reviewed for this artist, and they tried to scam me through Discord. I'm like, are we being so for real? That's crazy. That's wild. Also, hi Aiden. I hope you're doing good. But dude, I was like, are we being so for real? That's so stupid. But I don't know. I was just kind of like so done. I was genuinely so done with the whole situation. I was like, are we being so for real? This is how the artists are doing? What it is they target an artist on VGen and check their verified comms and reach out through Discord and X. There you go. And I'm just like, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm suffering just hearing that. And that pissed me off to high hell. I'm good. Been chilling with a family I'm seeing over the holidays. I hope you're having a good holidays. A scammer did it to one of my artists. I know. And like that shit pisses me off. I'm like, are we really in the world? Are we really in a world where that's gonna become the case? Where we're dealing now, where like our own artists are people that we can't trust because we don't know if they're like, oh well, since we can't scam you as an individual artist, we'll scam you as a trusted artist. Are we being so dead ass, dude? That's I hate it. 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 I'm suffering in this household. Anyways, so yeah, that shit's kind of wild. That shit's very wild. Oh my god! Freeman posted a schedule. Me Ising, Nuzlocke Day, Merry Christmas, TTRPG workshop stream. Come learn about Frank. Wait, hold on. Freeman, how do you say this again? And then Nuzlocke stream, and then Nuzlocke stream. Isa. We love Freeman in this household. We take good care of Freeman. Oh my god, that's so pretty. That's a hairdryer? Hello? Hello? Someone did it to my model mama like 6 months ago. They've been doing it for a while. Yeah, but I like the fact that I haven't. I'm looking away. The fact that I hadn't seen it until then was wild. Like, wild. But, we suffer. We suffer. Chat, what do I want to do? Chat, what do we do? I don't know what we want to do. I'm seeing Freeman sending me a bunch of things. Frake Yarna? There we go. Freeman going and supporting. We support the Frake Yarna. Nodders. Let me see how to type out the phonetics. Nodders. But anyways. Nodders. What's been happening with me? What has happened with me? What happened in the last week? So, the tournament is done, by the way. They officially called who are the winners for the TFT tournament, which is nice. I think the TFT tournament, hold on, TFT, hold on, box, boot camp. Someone do exclamation point. Actually, does that still work? Does the box boot camp? Does this still work? It does. Okay. So hold on 1 second. Who won on the beginner side? What was their... Wow. Okay, yeah, the person who won on the beginner side is Diamond 3. Audible blink. Yeah, I was not getting there. I was not getting there at all. Hi, Patty. Hi, Kitty. So they've already made the call on who won TFT this weekend, so that's nice. I had the collab on Wednesday. Oh, things are better, at least a little bit on my PC. I don't think it's that good, but it is better. It's getting better. You know? Question mark? So I'm hoping that my PC will not just crash the fuck out again. Knowing me, it will crash the fuck out again. So I'm just gonna suffer, you know, but we're gonna pretend, we're gonna hope, we're gonna plead and, you know, cry, you know, that it's gonna be okay. But yeah, no, it's kind of just interesting. Also, where the fuck is this thing? Sorry, I'm trying to find something in particular. There we go. Disable that. There we go. Hey y'all. Hi y'all. But I don't know. We're back. We're getting back into Final Fantasy 14. At some point, I need to do Hades, which I think I'm gonna start working on Hades next week. No, not next week. In starting January, we're gonna have Hades be our just yapping and Hades stream. So we're gonna still do yapping in the first half of the stream for all of the streams. But in January, we're going to do Hades as our first batch of games. So our Monday and Thursday games. And then Final Fantasy 14 is our Tuesday and Friday games. So we're going to start Hades, hopefully, inshallah, in January, right? Excuse me. But otherwise, what's gonna happen? We'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. And then I know the Animal Crossing update's gonna be coming up soon too. So I want to get back into Animal Crossing, but I don't know how far I will be able to go with that. We'll have to see for sure. We'll definitely have to see for sure. Now here's the better question, chat. We have a couple of minutes until, technically speaking, the ad break is gonna hit / we are an hour into the stream. So the better question becomes, are we playing a game or are we not playing a game? How much of a game are we playing? What kind of yapping are we doing? Because I'm gonna fall asleep if I am not careful. So I want to make sure I am going to be able to not fall asleep on stream. Because my silly goober yapping is gonna be like, wow, 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 wow. You know? OMG, Omka sleep stream. Oh my god, imagine me sleeping on stream. I have done that before, by the way. I have actually done that before. That was not a fun time. That was not a fun time, actually. I think there was one time where I was like, hey, chat, I'm gonna be, like, right back for a little bit. I need to, like, be gone for a second. Here, watch this video. And I played a video, and then I passed the fuck out on my bed for, like, an hour. And then I came back, I'm like, hey, yo, sorry, by the way. And I don't remember if I ever said that I went to sleep, but I fell the fuck asleep. I went honk shoot the fuck Mimi. Time to add an air horn redeem for 50k. As if I put my headphones, as if I, like, well, in that sleeping stream, I definitely would not have my headphones on. But, like, if you do that, I'm just gonna be like, I hate you. I'm putting you on blast on twitter.com for hurting my eardrums, you know? What do we want to do? Do we want to do something? You know what I should do? I should just open up VR chat and just run around VR chat just for the hell of it. Guys, is it bad that I kind of want to play the DLC for Pokemon ZA, but I also don't want to play the DLC? Like, I meant bits. Oh my god. Even bits would be hectic. Ooh. Hello, hold on. Eyes. Wait. Wait. How much of that makes sense? Okay, definitely not that one. What? Me, like, staring. Sorry, I see someone made a concept art piece for Ash from League of Legends, and I went, Isa? Ah. Chat, let's talk about something that's kind of important, actually. I want to know what your guys' opinions, if you have any, on the situation regarding Claire Obscure being AI. right? Or using AI. How much of the information do you guys know versus how much of the information do you guys like have, so to speak? You know what I mean? Because the situation with Claire Obscure is so odd to me. I think it's really unclear what they used it for. There are two conflicting interviews from them. I read about it. Yeah, there's two conflicting statements that keep being brought up, right? Where it's like, oh, they actively have said that they used AI. They have shown that they used AI for the start as placeholders or whatever have you, or this or that. And then some people are like, no, it wasn't AI. It was a AI. It wasn't generative AI. It was a different AI for this. I was like, okay. So which is it? Right? And there's so much conflicting argument, but the thing is that I clearly see is that the Indie Awards removed the Indie Awards removed the Game of the Year award from Claire Obscure. Right? To me, the presumption would be that they would have done their research, they would have asked, they would have made sure and clarified before retracting the actual Game of the Year award, right? That's the presumption, right? So like, to me, I would trust that the Game of the Year awards like directives made the decision because of them researching it. That doesn't entirely mean that it was research, but like research, it may not be possible, but I'm hoping. My hope is that it's a language barrier kind of thing, you know, like maybe they were referring to some kind of tool in Unreal Engine 5, but I don't know. TLDR, Expedition 33 used AI placeholder texture assets before getting their budget increased. Early versions of the game had bits of the AI stuff in it that was later patched out with the assets they made to replace the placeholder. So that's the thing. It's like, some people are saying they use the placeholders from Unreal Engine 5. Some people are saying that it is things that they just got, question mark, a bunch of random things. But the way that I just don't, I'm just kind of like, hello. Like, I'm just kind of like, what is this argument that's happening right now? What is this argument that's happening right now with it, right? Because don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Generative AI is always bad and it will always be bad. But like, what the fuck is this argument like that is being brought up that like, oh, well, it's a good game, so it doesn't matter. Oh, they removed it, so it doesn't matter. It's still bad. It's still fucking bad. I don't know how to feel about them using it, quite frankly, because it depends on exactly how they did it. Again, did they use it from Unreal Engine? Did they generate it themselves? What happened? But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, shrug. Do you know about the Larian stuff? Is that not the same situation? Or am I wrong? Is that not the same situation we're talking about? Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, because... Oh, wait, hold on. No. Sorry. Excuse me for a second. For some reason, my brain forgot that they were not made by the same for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, Expedition 33 was made by Larian. No, that's not it. No. Yeah, the Larian situation, from what I heard, is actually worse. But sorry, my brain confused myself and I was like, oh yeah, it's the same thing. I very rarely argue this, but it was probably a default texture in the engine and I didn't think they're fine. They didn't think it, like, what? Oh yeah, the Larian CEO lost. Yeah, the Larian CEO losing his mind was not on my bingo card for 2025. To be fair, one studio is French, the other is Belgium. The Belgium is a Finn country. That's crazy. That's a wild statement. Also, hello, hope everyone is doing well. Gotta go, take care. LadyOka, those on YouTube and Twitch. Bye, Blue Stingray, bye-bye. Yeah, what the fuck was with him losing his mind, by the way? What? Sorry, I saw something, and now I thought about something, so I have to put this in the P2 channel real quick. Hold on one second. There we go. I think they're fine. Sorry, didn't know where that came from. I don't know. It depends on how much they knew about it versus and how much they were willing to pursue it, if that makes sense. But no, and he hears an Eevee's cry in the bottom pit. It's bottomless. Literally. I don't know. I'm just kind of, there's like such a weird aspect to it. I just feel like there's like, it feels like there's so much convolution, and I just don't understand. I'm like, can we just stop? Can we stop using AI? Do we really need to keep going back and forth with this kind of circle? Please, please, please. I don't know. It makes me sad. It makes me sad every time I think about it. I'm just like, can we like, please? We're like, hello? That's so funny. I'm not gonna show it on stream, but someone made a stupid post about a 14 spoiler. But I don't know. I think that like it's kind of ridiculous when people are like, it's fine, it's a good game, versus no, they should still be held accountable for the fact that they decided to do that, you know? Oh my sorry, I remember this thingy. I'm just going to just send this over to somebody. Okay. Also, soup dumpling lasagna. I get it! I'm already full! What the heck? Stop looking at food. I don't know if you ever played Mirror's Edge, but in the end, the boss fight is just shooting a bunch of servers in a data center. Back then, it was like, wow, that's kind of dumb, but now I'm like, hell yeah, dude, die, AI no, literally, actually. That's so real. That's a real statement. That's such a valid statement. Guys, my brain is not working. Today's been a fuzzy brain day. Let me just talk about that for a second. Today's just been a very fuzzy brain day. I feel like maybe it's probably the weather, right? Maybe it's probably the weather. Maybe it's like things just kind of being a little bit more mellow, or things kind of just coming a little bit underway for me. But today's been a very fuzzy brain day. I've not been feeling too good about myself, kind of thing. Kind of like brain day. I'll be honest with you guys. Like my it's been that kind of like, it's the depresso season again, where it's like I don't think like I'm good enough kind of situation. And I know that, listen, before you guys start yelling in my freaking like chat right now, like I know what you're gonna say, and I understand, and I know the reality of like, you know, things. I know that it's like, oh no, you don't need to feel like that. This, it's okay. Blah blah blah. You're good. You're perfect. You're gorgeous. Whatever. You know, like all the silly jokes and everything, right? But I'm just like, I don't know. The brain worms are not having a good brain day today for sure, and that's why I'm just kind of like, I was hoping that things would be better. I think that's probably also where my energy is coming from, because I'm trying to cope with trying to not think about it, and it's like if I stop talking and if I stop yapping, or if I like stop to think about some little thing, I'm gonna start having bad brain worms again. It feels like it's been a bad brain worm day. I'm trying to avoid it, and certain conversations I've had today have kind of maybe like reiterated that it's just not a good brain worm day. It feels like. Well, counterpoint, gets swaddled and cuddled in, and forehead kisses. Also, I made you hot chocolate. I love you, Kitty. Kitty always is the best. Kitty literally knows me so well. Literally will be so iconic. Love. Love Kitty. Always. I'm trying to clean. I'm gonna try and clean my mouse while we're yapping about this for a second. But I don't know. Let's be so for real with ourselves for a second, chat. Right? Today's just not, it feels like it's not a good brainworm day, right? Why is it not a good brainworm day? Chat, I'm gonna use you as therapy for a second. Hi, Bunny Oka. I want to play the first Final Fantasy. Do you want to be named a character? What class? Do you want to be named a character / what class do you want to play? I want to play the first Final Fantasy. I don't know what classes there are in the first Final Fantasy. What classes are there in the first Final Fantasy? Actually, it doesn't matter what classes there are. If there's a ranger class, name me the ranger class. Give me ranger girly pop. I want that. That's what I want. There we go. Oka me imposter syndrome. Yeah, it's the imposter syndrome right now. But there's a lot of other things. Not there's a warrior, thief, monk, red mage, white mage, black mage only. Okay, so give me white mage. Let me be your healer, because I will give you kisses, Bunny, so then you can get healed up. I'll be like, ma, get better soon. Also, you okay? I'm okay. Like, I know that I am actually okay. It's just that the brain worms are not happy today, and I'm like, let's talk about that. I think it's realistically, I know it's the winter season. I know that when it gets cold, when it's like this kind of like low energy, like it feels like the brain worms are not happy. So I'm like, I know that they're not happy. I know that it's unreasonable, but the brain worm's just not having a good day. But I think I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking about how my life is going, and I just went, yeah, it's not really where I want to be right now. And you know, I've been keeping a lot of what's been happening in my actual personal life as under wraps as I possibly can. Mostly out of the fact that I don't want you guys to worry. I wouldn't want you guys to worry about what is happening with my personal life. But things have not been good in the personal life, right? Things have been kind of falling apart little by little. And I do not like I feel like I've like every time I try to take a step forward, I feel like I'm taking like 4 steps back. And it's like, where am I going to go? Where do I see myself in the future? And it doesn't really help that it's kind of like time feels like, although, I know I'm young-ish, I guess. I know I'm youngish. I know that, there is all the time in the world for me. But it feels like a lot of the time it's like, oh, time is running out. Time is running out. Time is running out. You know what I mean? Like hell, for example. All of my sister's friends, my sister's younger than me, keep it in mind. My sister is, god damn it. Close that. Stupid scam call. But anyways, my sister is younger than me. She is, what's it called? My sister's younger than me. She is about 2 years younger than me. Her friends are all married now. And my sister was talking with me about this, and I was like feeling this kind of way with it, right? But like her friends are all married now. One of her friends is literally about to have her second kid. One of them just got married and is also pregnant. And so my sister was talking to me about it, and like it's like all her friends now are like in that stage of like life where they're already up and about having kids. And I'm like, oh, like for me, I'm like, yeah, no, it's okay. Like my sister will find the right one, and like that will be important. But at the same time, it's like for us, we don't really have anyone where we can kind of rely on to kind of have those kind of like conversations and stuff. We don't have our mom anymore, remember? So it's like, we don't have our mom anymore. My dad doesn't really do much for us, you know? And he's not going to be the one to try and talk with us about this sort of stuff, in all honesty. So it's like, oh, like, we'll find something. We'll figure something out. And my sister might be, I say might be, seeing someone who's like really nice. I don't know. I want one date and I'm just kind of like hard squinting. I'm hoping that he'll be good for her, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, but I was like thinking, I'm just kind of like, damn, like all of my sister's friends, they're already married. I remember my talks with my mom, like my mom, did my mom, hold on, if she got me, like, actually thinking, my mom probably had my sister, like, at my age at this point. My mom was already married, she had me, and she had my sister at this point, very likely, in her life. And it feels like it's like, oh, when am I gonna get my life together? I'm a silly little elf Vtuber in streams, right? And I love doing what I do. I love the fact that I like get to do this, and I love that I'm in this position, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like, I need to do more. And it's not like, oh, for like streaming isn't enough. Well, I mean, technically speaking, streaming isn't enough for like the bills and stuff, right? But it's also like, when am I gonna get married? When am I going to have my own kids and stuff? When am I going to start my life, so to speak? When am I gonna be able to do that? And as much as I always like want to always be positive, and I feel like I am positive, I was talking to Mooney all of this morning about some stuff that was going on in my life. And like, she was like, well, it sounds like you're very happy, like you're happy. So at the very least, it doesn't feel like the things that are going on in your life is affecting you all that much. And I'm like, I feel like I'm just coping at this point. I feel like I'm like just being in denial with the things that are happening in my life. You know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know. It feels like it's like that imposter syndrome of, I don't think I'm doing enough. I don't think I'm deserving of what's happening. Or like I don't think I'm deserving of the positives of what's happening. I don't think I'm deserving. Well, quite frankly, I know for a fact I'm not deserving of the negatives of what's happening. That shit's not my fault, but I'm still dealing with the consequences of that. Me, just annoyed. But there's nothing much I could do about that. And it's like, I hope things will be better. I hope things will be better. I know that they will eventually be better. But brain's being a little stinky, and it's like, it's kind of like being the self-deprecating, like, oh, it's not getting better because you're not doing enough kind of thing. You need to do more in order to do it. And then it's like, I want to do more. I'm a workaholic. I'm a workaholic. Check. Fuck. Why am I a workaholic? Ugh. But dude, why is there so much dirt in this damn mouse, and it's pissing me off. But like, I need to get more things done. And so that's my plan for next year, is to get more things done so that I could accomplish the goals that I want to, right? So I am not needing to be in a position where I go, I want to do this thing, but I don't have money, so I'm not going to do this thing, right? I don't want to be in that point. I despise the era of contactless delivery. You despise it? I thrive for it. I don't want contact with my Uber driver, who is bringing, or not my Uber driver, my, DoorDash delivery, who is bringing me food. I don't want to deal with that contact. Let me get this. But yeah, I don't know. The Uber driver. Yes, the Uber driver. I don't know. Anyways, that's my TED Talk chat. I know that things are a little hectic. I know that the world is also a little scary. And I'm trying to hope that this world is not going to be too scary in the end. That also is like something that worries me. It's like, what do I see? Where do I see myself going at this point if the world is this scary right now? Is my future husband going to be able to take care of me? Are we going to be able to have kids? When are we going to be able to have kids? Can I have kids? Here's a little Oka personal like scary moment or scary thought, right? I have like really bad paranoia, and a lot of you guys know this. I'm actually terrified about whether or not I'd be able to have kids. For some reason, I have it in my head that my body's just not strong enough to be able to have a kid. Because I'm just a weak ass child. I'm a weak ass bean boy. I'm a weak ass bean. And so it's like, for some reason, like in my head, it's like my brain is like, yeah, you're gonna be like going to a hospital and then realizing that you're like infertile for blah 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 whatever reason. It's like, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's all I wanted to. I want to have kid. I want to have kids. So like that idea scares me. So I don't like the idea of going to a doctor to check that. I should, but I don't like the idea of going to a doctor to check that because I like the idea of going through it and then finding that out would be terrifying. I'd rather find out if that were to happen, but obviously gotta find a person to have kids with. That's its own dilemma and problem. Okay, I think I've cleaned out this mouse pad as much as a mouse. I think I've cleaned out this mouse as much as I possibly can. Just make sure that I clean these sides before putting it back in. Here we go. First, they didn't call me. Second, they placed my order in the lobby of the wrong building. Third, they were missing items. If I'm expecting you to before even confirming the quality of the service, to tip you before even confirming the quality of the service you provide, I expect you to properly fulfill. That's true. People are weird. That much is true. I don't want to die. Ow. I just literally like I'm dying from the fucking oh wait, hold on. I'm dying from the freaking dirt that I was putting through. There we go. Hi, Mama! Sweet Miss Oka, it will happen. You have so much love in you. You are like the rain the plants drink from and the wind that keeps them upright. I promise it will happen. One day you will wake up and these things will be in your life instead of your dream. Babe, if you are weak, then there isn't a soul on earth that could be called strong. What are you talking about, Kitty? You're the strongest woman I ever know. Literally, the most bravest, the most wonderfulest. I don't know. But there's like other things to it. I feel like it's like I might not just be good enough to be courted. And you know, kind of like not treated properly. That's not the right word, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just not good enough to be like given the proper like what is the right word for it? I guess it is courting. It's like I feel like I'm not being given I'm not worthy of being given the proper courting system sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of, like, in all seriousness, I know a lot of people like me, right? And, like, I think that a lot of people are wonderful, but it's like, I don't feel like there is someone yet who is willing to check off all those boxes that I need them to do for me. Which is, it's stupid, but it's like, I don't want to put myself below a certain standard that I have because I feel like that's just underselling myself, if that makes sense. And then there's people who is like, oh, even if I give them wifey treatment, they're not going to change because I already gave them the wifey treatment. By the way, as a note, for all my girly pops, I love you to bits. For all my girly pops out there, never give wifey treatment to a person who has not given you a ring yet, because you don't want to give them wifey treatment and then they stop because they don't need to do anything more. You know what I mean? Make sure you don't give wifey treatment until they have given you a reason to give you wifey treatment. That's what I'm saying. Clap, clap, clap. Cheer, 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 cheer. Seriously though, we love you, Oka. I'm sorry things have been so rough, but I like your streams always make me smile even when I lurk, and honestly, that's awesome. I know, I try to keep my streams upbeat. Today was just a bad headspace day, but I wanted to talk because I feel like this is something that is, I feel like this is a conversation that I think chat would want, like a real conversation of how like my brain is like all over the place. You know what I mean? On God, yeah, it's absolutely human to feel that way. I feel the same way. Real, exactly. And I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like a lot of us need to remember we're all human. We're all going through this shit. This world is really fucked up right now, and you know, we want to try and be there as best as we can, right? I don't know. I'm hoping. Oh, I almost dropped my curry. I'm hoping that I'll find the person who checks all of my boxes, so to speak. I want someone to check off all the standards that I have or that I hold, and that in some ways I hope that I will find someone who will treat me the way I would want to be treated, but not in like the sense, not in like the relationship sense. I want to be courted correctly. If that makes sense. Which I know that it sounds weird for me to say courted, like it's like a medieval fucking term, but like the way that it's the essential way that it's done religiously, it's like it's courting. It's a courtship, right? So it's like I would hope that I would have someone who would do that for me and who would want to do things properly and who would want to be with me for the right reasons and not just because they're like, oh my god, you're beautiful, oh my god, I love you, oh my gosh, this like, you know, you mean the world to me. I've never fucking met you, brother. You know, like, I don't know, there's too many problems. I have too many problems where it's like I'm too religious for non-religious folk. I'm not religious for or I'm not religious enough for religious folk. And then I have people who are like, they're too much, you know, like they're I have people who are being too much, and I'm just like, I hope that things will be easier. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna, like, at a certain point, I feel like, how long can I wait for before I realize I'm just gonna become like a crazy cat lady? You know what I mean? I'll happily be a crazy cat lady. I'll happily be a crazy cat lady. I will have one named Sunshoe. He will be a big, floofy white boy, and they will be the best baby boy ever because they will get all the treats because of chat. You know. Anyways. But, etc. I can say that since I met you and came around to stream, my days have been better. I appreciate it. Like I said, chat. I don't bring this up in chat because of the fact that, like, I think that, you know, the chat's. I don't know what I'm trying to say with this. Like, I want to be real with you because I want to be open with you, you know? Also. Sorry, I got like 4 different messages. What the fuck? I'm 90% certain I'm getting messaged by a scammer, but I don't know. They're being very passive with me in DMs, and I'm just kind of like, oh. But anyways, okay. I think you're overthinking it and not going too deep into parasocial territory, but you have an attractive personality, are probably more than attractive enough in terms of looks. This is obviously an assumption on my part. And on the top of fertility, unless you have known ongoing health problems, sort of, is very unlikely a problem, but put yourself out there when you're ready. We know you don't think we're your therapist. Oh, I know. See, here's the problem. I want to bring up a tweet I wrote this morning because I was talking to Mooney about this and I thought this was very fucking funny. I told Mooney, I'm like, Mooney, I think I have a type. I think I have a type for autistic men. And it's mostly from the amount of people that have come up to me and they're heavily autistic. And like, I'm just like, hello? What? Right? And then Mooney went, Oka, I have been with you for many years. I have seen you through thick and thin, through different types of arcs that you've been through. Let me just say, I don't think you're attracted to them. I think you attract them for God knows what reason. I've seen it happen time and time again. Oka! You know, and I was like, but yes, that happens a lot. For some, and she was talking to me. She was like going into more depth. She was like, for some reason, you have. She specific. Hold on, chat. Listen. She said this. It was the funniest thing. I was wheezing while I was typing this. She said, "Oka, you have the big sister like type personality where some autistic dude will literally talk to you for 5 hours about his OC, and at the very end of it, instead of telling him to stop, you will be like, that's good to hear, sweetheart, pat pat," and they're attracted to that. I'm like, motherfucker, why do you know me so Mooney, I love Mooney. I love Mooney. If you don't remember, Mooney is the person who made this model. She's the artist who made this model. I love Mooney to bits. Mooney is my ride or die for sure too. I'm not your therapist. I am your motherfucking friend. And on that front, I am ride or die. I am ride or die with you, Kitty. But anyways, I don't know. Like I wanted to take a moment and step in and just be so for real with you guys. As a note, by the way, for Salah's comment right now, right? One, hold on. I'm gonna be real fucking egotistical here for a second. I'm gonna be unbelievably egotistical for a second. Please ignore me. I just know I just know, okay? I know I have an attractive personality. You know why? Because I have far too many people in my DMs trying to get with me. I understand I have an attractive personality. I don't know how the fuck people think that. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. But apparently I have enough of an attractive personality, and I'm not a gremlin. I don't know. I'm not a gremlin enough for people. Anyways, put hands up. I don't care. I don't know. Cinema, whatever. I don't know. But like, I know I have an attractive personality. My looks, it depends. It's a personal preference, right? But the thing is also, by the way, as a note, because I've been raised Arab, obviously, but I look like Asian. That brings up the problem of the parasocial argument, not from stream, not from chat, not from community, not from online. This is literally from IRL situations. There becomes the problem of the amount of Asian fetishizing that does happen, especially if I'm trying to find like a Muslim dude. Like, there is a lot of Asian fetishizing that kind of pops up with that, because they like the fact that I grew up Arab, so I know how Arab culture works. I know what I am owed and this, but I look at and it's like, oh my god, I have to freaking navigate through the goddamn jungle with a lot of men in this world, I swear to god. But anyways, with that being said, attractive personality, check, I know that. Attractive in looks, check, I know that. Well, in some manners, again, it depends on who perceives it, right? More or less, a lot of people think I'm adorable, right? The fertility, I know. Like I said, the fertility situation on whether or not I can have kids, that's a personal like nightmare for me. I'm gonna be real with you, and that is a big thing of a that is a big fear of mine. That's the right word. It's a big fear of mine, but also I know exactly that it is a paranoia fear of mine. And like I said, if you guys know me very well, you guys know that I have a very severe paranoia problem where, like, if I don't hear from my siblings for like hours, for a very long time, for a very long time, I've been better about this, but for a very long time, if like I didn't hear from my siblings for hours, I would think that they're dead. Like that, it's that kind of paranoia where I will think the absolute worst scenario in like, for whatever goddamn reason. I don't know, that's just how my brain works. My brain goes for that. It's probably also abandonment issues, in all honesty. That's also probably why if my friends don't stop talking to me for a while, or if they, say something, I'm gonna immediately start going, I'm sorry, don't leave me, this kind of thing, like that kind of thing. Probably some form of that's probably some form of clause with the abandonment issues, probably. I don't know, shrug. But anyways, same bestie, umbi. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. So like the thing is that I know for a fact that like listen. Let's have a real fucking talk for a second. The amount of people that I know that if I were to just be like, yeah, sure, let's go for it, the amount of people that I know who would marry me on the spot right at this moment are more people than I have like fingers to count from. I have genuinely, I'm being so for real, and I know this sounds egotistical. I hate that it sounds egotistical. If I were to count the amount of people who would, in a heartbeat, if I said yes, they would marry me on the spot right now, there is more than I have fingers to count on right now, right? But the thing is that I have my standard. I have my very specific standard, and I have my requirement and my boundaries that I'm not going to back down from, because that's who, like, I shouldn't have to go down to that point, right? But that's the thing where it's like, I feel like I'm trying to find like an impossible task. I'm literally trying to find a diamond in the rough when I'm already the diamond in the rough. Me just eye rolls, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I've given, like, I feel like I should just give up. I'm gonna be so real. Sometimes I feel like I should really just give up on, like, trying to find the right person. But at the same time, that kind of makes me worried that I feel like I'm going to settle, and I don't like that feeling either. I don't like the idea that it feels like I'm going to settle, even though it may not really be settle. It may be compromising. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Where, okay, this is something that I've had this struggle with. I don't know if you guys have. Do you guys ever feel like you can't tell the difference between compromising versus settling? Where it's like, oh, like, for example, like, you have like this person, and this person's perfect in every way except for one thing. And it's like, do you consider it compromising to accept that one thing? Or do you consider it settling that you're going to never find someone who has 90% of everything except for that one thing? Right? And it's like, what is that considering? You know what I mean? Like, that I don't know. I don't know. I would die in a coal mine before letting you lift a finger. Kitty, I will literally make out with you right this second. I swear to God. Me on my knees, giving you the damn ring. No, real. If I don't hear my friends after a while, I'm like, oh, you hate me. I deserve this. I did something wrong. I don't remember doing. Yeah, no, literally. And to be fair, actually, the abandonment issues, especially when it comes to IRL, like, friendships, does come from actual bad experiences where I've had people literally, like, cold shoulder me for no fucking reason because they believed other people instead of talking to me about something that happened. And I was just like, okay, we're being so fucking, like, unreal. And at the same time, it's like, also, we're adults. Can someone fucking talk like real people? Can we be so for real and talk like real people sometimes? Like, are we being so dead ass? Just talk to me. You know what I mean? If you have a problem with me, goddamn talk to me. But then, I don't know. Me, just like, I don't know. But yeah, I fear the same thing as well. Like, I've never had a genuine romantic relationship that lasted beyond 3 months. I have no clue how to be a real couple, but I fear that I'm never gonna learn, because what self-respecting woman would want a wacko like me and have to teach me the ins and outs of dating? I don't know. I feel like that's not necessarily like a bad thing though. Like, I don't think that would be like a worst case scenario. You know what I mean? But here, like, and I'll raise you up one for a second, Hedge. I don't like the idea of, like, being in a romantic relationship for 4 years and then nothing happens from it. And then almost, like, at this point, it's like, I have to spend an entire year with someone to see if they're the right fit. And then it's like, what happens if I have to reset? Every single time I have to reset, right? It's like, what if they aren't the right person? And then I go to another person and then I have to do the same thing over again. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite this? What's your this? And then it's like, you know, you kind of get to that point where it's like, I have to spend a year trying to get to know someone, hope that they're going to be good, and then, you know, go into this loop of, are they good enough? Are they not good enough? You know what I also think? I feel like I have commitment issues. I'm going to be real with you, chat. I'm gonna be so fucking for real with you, chat. I feel like I have commitment issues because every single time I'm in some form of long-term relationship of any kind, I feel like I always have that brain reset, like that brain mindset of, am I settling or am I settling? Am I compromising? Is the grass greener on the other side? You know, I hate that feeling. I freaking hate that feeling. It's so weird. Anyways, what is today? You're the third person I regularly watch who's usually upbeat and yappy, who is, for a lack of better words, dumping their emotional issues about whether they'll be okay in life today. Because I told you, one, it's the Mondays, two, it's the seasonal depression hitting. It's literally, I'm telling you, the seasonal depression is hitting fucking everybody today. I'm so for real. But like I said, I'm fine. I am fine. My brain has had these thoughts for a long time. So like I'm not in a like, oh, Oka's going through a midlife crisis situation like thing. There's a lot of problems in my life I haven't told you guys about. I'm still not going to tell you guys about. But I'm just kind of like, you know, it is whatever, right? I feel like you guys just might want to have that kind of like conversation, because I also feel like a lot of you guys might relate to that conversation. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm used to daily depression. Seasonal depression has no effect on me. I'm used to being able to mask my depression very easily, but seasonal depression kind of forces me to you know? I think you are denying yourself happiness in that situation unless that one thing is a serial killer red flag. But see, that's the thing. It's like, do I do it? I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly denying myself happiness, but that's also because I don't think I'm deserving of it. But let's not get into that. That's me. That's the seasonal depression. I know I'm deserving of it. I know that I have a worth and blah 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 blah. Like I said, a date with me is 30,000 USD. That is no joke. That is the case. You want a date with me? 30,000 USD. For my wifey's free. I will pay for the date. Let me date you. Anyways, that reset is kind of killer. Yeah, that's a tough situation trying to keep to things I've read. Most people do tend to have a set of standards that don't match their eventual partners. I think that's probably a good thing to be aware of. What an ideal person is probably going to actually look like a person, or is going to actually look like a person that you want to change your standards for, rather than a person who just meets your standards right away. But that experience is very similar to the idea of lowering your standards in order to find/keep a person. Yeah. And it's like, here's the thing. I'm okay with a person not having every single check mark, right? But it's gotten to that point where like every single time I've been with that person for a long period of time, I end up feeling like, is this situation worth continuing or staying? And then it becomes that situation where it's like, I've spent a year plus with this person, and even though like the standard, like I understand that there are certain standards that aren't being met, it feels like I shouldn't be at that position. Or I don't know, like, you know, it feels like I am lowering my standards, and I don't know, I don't like that feeling. Again, it's just such a weird thing. That was a long talk about it, but no, you're all good, by the way, Nuclea. You are entirely all good. And resettling versus compromise, it's based on personal interpretation and wants. For example, accepting someone eats cornflakes. If they eat it dry and you hate that, that's not settling to be with them, that's a compromise. I'm used to the daily depression. Seasonal depression has no effect on me. But let's say you meet someone who doesn't want kids and you go through with that while wanting kids. That's settling. See, that's something that is like that's a hard no, obviously, right? There are certain things that have to be a hard no. That's just the case. There's things that cannot be a settlement for me. There's things that cannot be compromised for me. And it is my personal thing. It's just a thing. And like, you know, that's my boundary. That's what I want. That's fine. The things that I know that I can be okay with, like, you know, the things that I know that I'm okay with them not being in that position, that is where it's like, okay, I know I'm compromising, right? But why does it still feel like I'm settling? And that's something I don't like. Is like for example, the kids situation, right? It's like, oh, I know, like for example, I want kids. If they don't want kids, that's it. No, there's nothing. You can't have half a kid. There's always going to be that argument, right? But that's fine. Pushes off to the side. If it's like, what's the best way of explaining? It's like, if it's like, me being like, I want to stay in California, and they don't want to stay in California. They want to move somewhere else, for example, right? It's like, oh, I'm willing to compromise for that. But then I think about it more and more. Like, as time progresses, and like I think about it more and more, I go, do I actually want to leave California? Because I will leave my family. I will leave my siblings. I will leave like the life I have. And it's like, on one hand, that's fine. But on the other hand, like, you know, I should be moving. But on the other hand, is that what I want? And it just becomes this whole disaster. I don't know. You know what I mean? And like in all honesty, this is actually probably the real statement. The longer I'm in like any kind of relationship of any kind, brother, I hope that person who I'm with puts a ring on it fast, because my brain will start changing my mind if I don't have security. I think that's actually probably the real thing. Me leaning back for a second. I think that's what it is, probably, chat. I think that it's a lack of security, or like feeling of security. You know what I mean? I feel like if I don't have that feeling of security, I feel like I can't continue in the relationship. If I don't have that, then like it's like, why would I like want to be here? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. I think that the security thing is that I was talking with Mooney about it. And I think Mooney agreed or brought it up, was the first one to bring it up. But it's like it's a lack of security is the thing that bothers me, and the longer I spend in a relationship without that security, the worse I feel. So that's why I'm probably feeling this annoyed. Right? I don't know. A different way to think about the question of are you denying yourself happiness might be, are you happy with because of who you're in a relationship with, or because you're in a relationship? That's a toughie. That's a big toughie. I'm a cheap date. Just give me a cheeseburger. I'm not a cheap date. That's the problem. I think it depends on the one thing. Like a deal killer for me is smoking, because it was the one thing that killed my mom ultimately. Mm-hmm. One, don't not try to change someone for you. Be willing to change for them and see what they are willing to do the same for you. Two, discern the difference between what you want and what you need, and learn to support the things you didn't realize you need in others. Exactly. Which is somehow how I figured out that apparently my type, or rather the people I attract, is autistic men. And I think it's because I'm heavily ADHD that their autism and my ADHD somehow works. Why does ADHD translate to ADC? Hello? I'm not talking about League of Legends here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Diagnosed with, and guys, I'm diagnosed with ADC. Oh, goodness grief. Yeah. Guys, I've been diagnosed with ADC. Please help me. I am suffering. Ha umfi. What do you mean ha umfi? Why are you fighting me? What do you mean? Are we being so for real? We'd make a hot ass couple, but we'd be a disaster. We'd be making each other worse. Audible blinking. Anyways. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of like... That's wild. There's no way. That's crazy. Sorry, I see like a girl with like the most messy ass room, and they're like streaming, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's not someone who's like live, it's just a video, but I'm like, what the fuck is that? That is crazy. But it's okay. I'm a hot ass disaster too. That makes the most sense. Hello. Hold on, I saw this. You guys have to see this now too. That's just funny. Hold on. That shit's funny. Look at this, chat. VTubers when their facial tracking to be like is on point. VTubers when their facial tracking is on point. That's so funny. Have you had a sweet tooth lately? No, I haven't had anything sweet. Well, I mean, I guess cookies. Cookies, yeah. But otherwise, I mean, isn't the beauty of VTubing that people don't see your wreck of a room? That is the realest statement. That is the realest fucking statement, actually. My room is a hot mess. I am a hot mess. I'm a hot mess. Is it because I'm hot? No, it's because I'm a mess. It's because I'm under a heated blanket kind of mess. That's actually a silly goofy thing. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. Sorry, I just saw a very pretty G pose. It's adorable. Also, hi Yoonji! I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I hope everything's been good for you, love. But yes. I will drink water. I promise. I promise. I will drink water. I genuinely don't remember how and when I followed you, but your model is lovely. You followed me 3 days ago. And the reason why I know this exactly is because I was looking at the people who followed me 3 days ago, and I was confused as to when they followed me and if I just completely forgot to say your name on stream or something. You followed me. I'm guessing you followed me after I raided in. Who did I raid into on Friday? Chat, who did I raid into on Friday? Probably someone I watched was raiding you. Also probably true, but I think you raided. I think you followed me at the end of me raiding into someone else. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I probably raided into someone you were watching, and that's what happened. I fell asleep watching Twitch, so I have zero memory of it. That's so funny. Oh, actually, in all honesty, that could have been the case too. But who knows? Who knows? Thank you, Petal. I'm alright, just having trouble sleeping. I hope you're having a nice day. We're chilling. We're having a good yapping conversation. Chat has been listening to me yap about random seasonal depression things, which normally is never the case. I'm normally the happy-go-lucky yapper. But we've just been having a very interesting heart-to-heart conversation for sure. You know? I genuinely don't remember how or when I followed you, but your little model is lovely. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I'm leaving these hot mess comments alone, but Oka with that is the baitiest bait I've ever heard. Huh? What do you mean it's a bait? What? Oh, am I hot? Yeah, hot as a dumpster fire is a mood as fuck. Yeah! I have auto subtitles. Having auto subtitles is such a smart move. Yeah, until I say something that the auto subtitles don't make sense about. And so chat goes, you said what? You know? You call those hot mess comments? You should see how Oka and I talk to each other behind the scenes. It's worse. So guys, let me talk about the fact that Hedge literally said if I was to have a... Hold on. Let me just bring this image up real fucking quick. Hold on. Hedge specifically said if I was going to have an art piece like this again, I should have an art piece where it's a POV of you guys having a date with me so that everyone can have a date with me instead of one person having a date with me. Side eyes, Hedge. Side eyes, Hedge. Side eyes, Hedge. Locker room talk out of... What do you mean out of context? Oh no, wait, I stand by that proudly. You're so fucking parasocial, my dude. That's crazy. I'm just saying, I think ordering a sweet treat for yourself may be hot and marryable. Listen, I will happily accept any form of marriage with you. Anything. For real, I'm obsessed with your aesthetic. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Call me a little leech. That's crazy. Audible leering. Okay, then, yeah, literally, like, hello? Hedge, I think that shit's wild. And also, I think that's also insane. That's a fucking hard parasocial conversation we've had. Yeah, also some people are hard of hearing or can't listen for literally any reason. Exactly. Hold on, sorry. I've completely missed some messages real quick. Having auto subtitles is such a smart move. Without venturing into self-promo, I'm debuting in a few days and I'm so excited. I don't know how Twitch works as of yet. Hey, congratulations! Also some people are hard of hearing and can't listen for any reason. Yes, I talk very quickly a lot of the time. And so what happens is that the auto subtitles do help a lot and insane a lot in order for people who are hearing me yap like crazy to be able to also understand what the fuck I'm saying. So it does help a lot. Also, not to mention, there is people who are just keeping me off to the side. Having the auto subtitles helps out immensely for these kinds of things. So, not theirs. The marketing person in me loves the idea. The psychological person in me hates that idea. Yeah, that's just straight up parasocial. It's giving 70s bride. Oh, thank you, darling. Technically speaking, the veil is actually something that I just put up. It's been a while since I've used the veil, but it's actually normally a crown that I will have. So most of the time, people call me the princess bride, so to speak, because princess aesthetic with a crown, queen aesthetic with a crown, but the white outfit is definitely very bridal. But the veil also makes it look way more bridal. Hi, Tree! Thank you for the follow, darling. Thank you. Honestly, as a chronic yapper, I'm gonna steal this idea once I figure out how to set it up. If you need help, dude, I'll happily help with you. And I'm bilingual, so having subtitles helps in a way. Being ESL is like hell. It helps so much. It helps so much. Especially with my community, it helps out a lot too. Honestly, I wish I owned your dress IRL. Dude, this dress is so pretty. Listen. I love talking about my model because my model and my model mama will always be wonderful. It is gorgeous. It's wonderful. We added the green to make sure that it wasn't going to look like a bridal dress. It still looks like a bridal dress, quite frankly. But we have a cute little look with it, and I think it's adorable. If you're comfortable DMing me on Twitch, I would be appreciative of that. Forest green, yes, because we're a forest queen for sure. But it is chef's kiss. Lovely. If you're down for it, add me on Discord. I'll happily help with you, you know? But yep. What's it called? This is why I very clearly state I am on meme status. Oh, I know that, Zella. So when something I say can be viewed as parasocial, yeah, no, Hedge is not parasocial. I feel like I heard I'm gonna steal this idea once I figure out how to set it up, and that. Wait, hold on. Sorry. I just completely read one thing, immediately went down to a different statement. I feel like I heard about that they managed to extract something from bone marrow that allowed childbirth. Yes, actually. Yes, you can. I'm hiring a team of scientists to figure out how we can have a child. Listen, women don't need men to have a baby. I'm just telling you. You can literally we can just extract from bone marrow and it'll work. It literally could work. There is technology. Women don't need men. We don't need men in our lives. Listen, it'll work. But no, it is so silly. No, I'm parasocial, just not to you. You're such a fucking liar, brother. Hello? Extracting my bone marrow right away. Oh my god, kitty. You people are way too powerful. Suffer. Men are Can I say something that's kind of insane, by the way? Your model mama is a genius. I love my model mama. Bless Mooney so much. I literally spent like 4 hours talking to Mooney this morning. I just spent 4 hours literally yapping to Mooney so much. And then I was like, hey, Mooney, how's your life? And Mooney's like, oh, it's like this. And I'm like, Mooney, you can tell me more about your life. I love you. I promise. I want to hear about your life. What is it? That's insane. What is it? That's insane. Wait, what are we referring to? Oh, it's insane the fact that we literally don't need, technically speaking, women don't need men in order to give birth because we literally could just use bone marrow. There is a procedure that just requires bone marrow in order for us to like essentially have a biological kid between two women. So that's very funny. Also, hi, Small. Forklift certified. Until you need someone to lift 250 pounds. I can do that. I can lift 250 pounds. I will DM tomorrow-ish. It's almost 5 a.m. here. I haven't finished getting ready for my Wednesday exam. I love academia, but December deadlines are a pain in the ass. Good luck, though, darling. Take it easy. And yeah, no, don't worry about it. Focus on your exam. Enjoy your debut soon. And yeah, don't worry about it. Message me whenever you have the ability to, okay, Chief? But yes. Also, this... I know that it's just the slowed down version of like the nighttime theme, but this song in particular from Animal Crossing reminds me of the song from Pokemon. Hold on. Wait. It is the exact song. Hold on. Is it gonna do the other part of it? No, it's not gonna do. It really fucking sounds like it's gonna do it. Hold on. I'm being so dead ass. Hold on. Pause. This is what it sounds like. Just wait after this first part. Thank you so much, Pedal. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a nice stream. Goodbye. Good luck, good luck, good luck, and good night. You can lift that. Yo, bump model 3.0. Where's Muscle Mommy Oka? Oh my god, actually, let me talk about that. Mooney, so I talked with Mooney about the fact that 3.0 Oka is probably not going to happen anytime soon due to the fact that I just don't have the money for it, quite frankly, chat. I really don't have the money. Every single ounce of money that is going into my bank account is going into some form of debt that isn't even freaking mine, but whatever. Right? So like I literally have I have zero money to my name right now, right? And also this part. Da-na-na, na-na. But hold on. It's gonna get like louder and you're gonna hear this, right? But I was talking to Mooney about that. Mooney literally decided to do like a face portrait version of like what essentially would be the 3.0 design if I was getting it with her, because I wasn't getting it with her because there was an artist I've been dying to try and get the art with, and I got it, but oh my god, I haven't like, I just don't have the money for it. It's gonna be so fucking expensive. But Mooney just literally made like a little snippet of what the 3.0 model would have looked like with like her style. I'm like, oh Mooney, I love you, bless your heart. I love Mooney so much. I love Mooney so much. I love Mooney so much. I would marry her in the spots. Just start looking like that bodybuilder from Kamen Rider Saber for that one time cutaway joke they did. Oh my god. Oka with the 230 deadlifts. For real. I hope you're okay. I'm okay. Mooney is such a real one. Mooney is a darling. I love Mooney. I love Mooney so much. I'll live. Anyways, hold on. It's this part, I think. Na 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 na. It's not this part. It was the chimes, but it's okay. I love this part too. Dude, I'm still saying. I'm saying this right now. The Impossible Curry, Katsu Curry, fuck. This is gonna be on my weekly rotation. Mmm. Hold on 1 second, chat. Also, that is one of my favorite songs, by the way. That is one of my absolute favorite songs. I love the orchestral piece of I think it's Oracion? I think that's what they called it, Oracion. Oracion. Or Oracion? But that from the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl movie. Oh my god, I fucking love that. I love that. Okay. Here we go. It's got Spanish roots. The C is pronounced with an S. So, Oracion. S. Shh. Shh. Anyways, I'm playing that song again because I do love this song. I think that this is something that like I legitimately would fall asleep to. Actually, wait, let me see if I can find the Pokemon Sleep version. Let me also see if I can find the Pokemon Sleep version. Did they? This is the Pokemon Sleep version. I fucking cried, by the way. I'm just gonna let this play because my brain wants to eat right now, so let me eat. I didn't realize that they put mushrooms in this curry bowl, but I'm happy. Oracion? Oracion? There you go. Oracion. There you go. Do you remember when you put your face in a cake? I think about that every single day. Oh, dude, for one of the Guild Nights Pokemon movie watchathon, you act as if we haven't attempted this. We've attempted this like 3 times, trying to watch the Pokemon movies in order, and every single time we get to like the 3rd movie, we stop. But I'm very down. I am very, very much down. I think that would be lovely. I want us to get to the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl movies. I think genuinely the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl movies are so good. They're so good. I cannot idolize them enough. I love them. Well, I wasn't there for that. Okay, fine. We'll start them up in the new year then. Wait, have you seen the Darkrai one? With like the Bridge Kitty. This song comes from that movie. This song literally comes from that movie. I watched the Deoxys one over and over again. I do love the Deoxys one. The Deoxys one is like so good. I think Diamond and Pearl are the last Pokemon movies I watched. I think I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm biased. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl was the last good series for the anime for a long while. And for the movies, it was absolutely the last good movies. I don't care what anyone fucking says. Watching the Darkrai movie, sorry, let's rephrase that real quick. Watching the Dialga and Giratina movie, watching the Darkrai movie, and also watching the Arceus movie. The fact that all 3 movies connect with one another in such a strong way that you have to watch the movies in such an order is so goddamn good, and hell, I love it. So if you guys didn't know, my dad actually owned a movie store when, you know, CDs were actually a thing. Are you guys old that CDs are an old thing now? Are you guys old enough that like are you guys feeling the oldness that CDs were a thing of the past pretty much? So my dad used to own a CD shop and like or like a movie store, right? And so I would literally hoard all the fucking Pokemon movies. I'm so dead ass. I literally grabbed all of the goddamn like CDs. I grabbed them to high hell, right? What's a CD? Oh my god. Hardcore shout out to Oka dad. Sort of. But anyways, so I literally would hoard all of the CDs. I would grab them. We had so much VHSs when I was growing up, but like by the time I was like much older, or not much older, but I was like, you know, still like older kid, like I would just hoard all the Pokemon CDs. So I think actually I might still have the Latios and Latias movie. I think I might still have the Latios and Latias movie as a CD in my room somewhere. Me being older than you and giggling. Oh my god, I'm kidding. But yes, I wonder how it would turn out if to use one of those printable frosting things to print a cake with your VTuber's face on it. That'd be fucking crazy. That'd be wild. But also that'd be kind of doxing in a way. You know what I mean? Because then they'd be like, the person who's doing it'd be like, so you know this person? Or, you know, I'm not famous enough that it would make sense. You know what I mean? The Latios and Latias one made me feel a little weird at the end. I feel like the Latios and Latias one had like a very big question mark because it left like such an open gap for how Pokemon and people can behave with one another, and it felt weird. Also, this concert, oh my god. There was a concert 2 years ago that did this song, or there was an orchestra that did this song? Oh, hell yeah. I still think it would have been so funny if that new female protag was Ash's kid. Yeah, but the problem is there would be an insane amount of people screaming if that was the case. You know exactly why. There would be an insane amount of people screaming because who's the mother? And then that becomes a bigger argument because people have very specific arguments about shipping. I ruined 2 Toy Story 2 VHSs as a kid due to rewatching. That's so funny. I had to ask for a USB DVD player this year for gifts because we finally retired the last computer. No! I feel that so much. I'm not old because you're calling CDs old. You're baby because you're calling DVDs CDs. Shut up! Shut up! It's the brain mixing things up. Oh, I'm tired already. Guys, what was your favorite Pokemon movie? Like, actually, what was your favorite Pokemon movie? The one I remember so clearly was the Deoxys movie. The Deoxys movie, there was very specific things about the Deoxys movie that really like hit me so much. I think also it was probably due to the fact that the futuristic aspect of that city was like so interesting, and I really liked the way that it was. But the ones I hold in my heart so severely is the 3 Diamond and Pearl movies. We're not talking about the 4th one. I don't care about the Zoroark one. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's not Diamond and Pearl. It literally is not Diamond and Pearl. None of it was in any way, shape, or form Diamond and Pearl. It was literally a tribute to the next generation. I don't care. The Jirachi one as well. Oh, the Jirachi one. Wait, okay, but like, hear me out. The Manaphy one. I rewatched the second one a lot. The first one for me. I mean, we also had an appearance of a character from Ash's series, so the age demographics would make no sense. Yeah. I vividly remember the TV debut of the Manaphy movie. Same with Lucario. Oh my god, the Lucario movie! Any movie before the final movie for Diamond and Pearl was literally the best. I'm just saying. Where it made me think Lucario was a legendary. He should have been! Lucario should still be considered a pseudo-legendary, even though he's not. But whatever. I think they are just never going to do anything to confirm or deny it being the same universe. Yeah. I could see that. I think, like, hear me out. I'm trying to remember. The one thing that was, I think the one scene, guys, what is one scene that stuck out to you so clearly? You know what scene I remember? The scene in the Manaphy movie where Ash decides, hey, I might die. I'm gonna make sure you guys stay alive as long as possible. He takes May, puts her into a goddamn, like, one of those, like, submarine pods, puts her in there, puts Pikachu in there and his hat, closes the fucking thing, and says, I'm going to put this back and I'm going to restore everything. Don't worry. You just live, essentially. And I will not hold a grudge to any person who ships Ash and May after that scene. Honest to God, that was like the most badass scene I've ever seen from Ash. That shit was wild. You know? Ash talking to the kid in the Jirachi movie and mentions how he misses someone insanely much back home, and Ash grabbing the orbs in the second. Oh, dude. Oh, remember like Ash grabbing the like trying to grab the orbs, and then Team Rocket come to help? Like Team Rocket is trying to help, like, to high hell with that. Also, I'm gonna just keep this. I like this. I love this song. I'm gonna just keep this on loop for a second. It's so nice. I mean the side ducks slapping each other in the first movie, but that was more because of the comedy of it, but that entire scene hits me so hard. Dude, that scene was so nice. Oh, you know what's a better question, actually? You know what's a better question? What is your guys's... How did you guys feel about the remake version of the first movie? The 3D version of the first movie? How did you guys feel about that one? If I might ask. The only one I can remember watching is the one with Garatina, I think. I have the poster on my wall still, but it honestly doesn't feel like that's the one I actually remember either. What happened in the scene with Garatina? Because I remember that movie recently. Or, vividly. Or, sorry. I remember that movie well because I saw it recently. Speaking as someone who was younger than May when she was designed and younger than her when she was phased out for Dawn. Wait, hold on. Speaking as someone who's younger than May when she was designed and younger than her when she was phased out for Dawn. May, yes. Huh? It was pretty bad. Dude, I was like, why does it feel soulless? Why does it feel like that whole scene and scenario was soulless? Because it feels like the whole slapping situation with the Pokemon and the clones should have been way more heartfelt, and it didn't feel that way. No, I'm just saying May is peak, Dawn is peak. Cough. Anyways. Unironically, I think May is probably my least favorite of the 3 Pokemon girls we got at the very start. So from Misty, May, and Dawn. I love Dawn. I loved Misty. And then May was like second. But like I enjoy the dynamics. I genuinely do enjoy the dynamics between all of them. You know what I mean? I love the dynamics between all of the girls and what they meant with Ash. Also, by the way, Dawn is the best girl. I swear to God, nobody could argue with me about that. Just saying. Just saying. I will fight people about that. No clue. Didn't actually remember Giratina's part. I remember the Scythers and some green flying things whose name I can't remember at all. Yes, I do think that actually was in the Giratina movie when they were trying to capture Giratina and they were using like flying contraptions and a bunch of other like bug Pokemon. It was a soulless cash grab. I've mentioned before that Pokemon is not my forte. Fair enough. I think May is my favorite Pokemon anime girl, but Platina is my favorite manga girl. Platinum is my favorite manga girl for sure. Platinum was lovely. Love. But yes, we adore them. My brain is like trying to tell me stop streaming. But my body's like, what the fuck are you gonna do otherwise? You know what I mean? The original anime is the original anime Bible is insane. Huh? Throwback to that teaser for the first movie that had an adult Misty and a suspicious ass-shaped small girl with a big... Hello? What are you talking about? Chat. Oh, that's so cute. I still love that game. To be fair, Diamond is my favorite manga boy because of Torterra's razor leaf. Yes! Yes! You know what I think, chat? I think I'm gonna end it. I thought about it. I thought about it a little bit more. I don't really want to play a game. But my brain is like, what am I gonna yap about? So I'm like, think thonkers. I think I'm gonna call it early. We're gonna have a long stream tomorrow anyways, so I'm gonna take it easy. Also, I want to eat more food. Also, actually, now that I think about it, I've been up since 4 in the morning. I should go to bed. I should go to sleep. Dude, the series was only planned for 2 generations. The series was planned to end with Ash marrying Misty and Jesse and James being married. Jesse and James are married in the manga, so I don't give a fuck. You know? Nudgers. Anyways, I'm gonna give you guys over, by the way, to Ken, because Ken made the art, and I love that. Not according to what I read. According to what I've read, some people really like Jesse and Ash's mom being together. So, like, do what you gotta do regarding that. Anyway, oh my god, Sunshubot has no sub anymore! No, I gotta go give Sunshubot his sub again. But anyways, I'm gonna go give you guys over to Ken. I think Ken is an absolute sweetheart. We love Ken in this household. And yeah, we're gonna end it early. I normally don't want to end it at what, 2 hours, but I've been thinking, I'm like, am I going to continue streaming? We were having a good yap session, but I'm also tired. The brain fuzzies are not happy with me. So we're gonna take it easy. Dude was planning on resetting the universe with Ash as an old man getting a second chance at resetting to what he was as a kid. Thank you for the stream. Make sure you take care of us. I will take care of myself. I'm going to get good noms. I'll do what I gotta do. Pokemon 4 was gonna be a Pokemon War with Ash versus Pikachu. Hello? Okay, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but that's silly. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. But that was a confirmed hoax. I literally have never heard of anything you're talking about, Hedge. But anyways, bye-bye.